You'll see this as a 73. Um, you'll see it as a 73 or a 7372, a 7372 or a 372 or a 72 3. Okay. This is what is known as the gay corporate. Okay. You'll see it like that in the numbers. Um, Now, what it means is that I did not kneel to Karsh, Kale, and Marone. That's a falsity. Okay, I knelt to the God of the European Jews. Okay, and in that moment of exhaustion, um, it can be debated that I really didn't kneel to anyone. It's more of just a moment of accepting that I went to my own, in my mind, my own gas chamber on Diblath when I was coming back from Bowling Green to Owensboro to see my girl for the first time. This is, December, January 2013 to 14. And, I felt like I was going to the guillotines, and then I ended up going to the guillotines with the Sawzall blade incident that happened, later on after everything had gone horrible with my girl and everything, and I was in, um, the county line of Fayette and Jessamine County, and Versailles was right there. And at my grandfather's place that he sold to live at Storebridge, okay, and it was $1 million home. He sold it for cheaper than that. Uh, and I want you to remember 180 that for Briseis, just tell them to get it fixed, the leak. Just get the leak fixed that's in Danny's bedroom, which is the middle bedroom on the basement from the pool area. Just tell them to get that fixed. Make sure they get it fixed before they move in, okay? This could be later on. I don't know when this will be, but just when you reach out to her or she reaches out to you, just tell her that, okay, for Briseis. Also, the European Jews were against the gay corporate mentality that Hitler was promoting across the world. Now, on paper, it'll say Hitler was against gays, but he wasn't. He was against gypsies. Gypsies make it on their own through an Esau system using individuality. That's how they make it. But they live like they're homeless. That's how they live. They're like a Quasimodo. Like they live like their lifestyle represents that they're not into the system, okay, of like making it with money and being successful with a job and stuff like that. So the Russians, the Esau is Russia, and it does not mean that they're gay. They're not gay, but they're mixed up with the animal spirit, and the animal spirit is a dominance of gay. That's where you get the man mentality of Paul Walker, Tyrese, stuff like that. I'm not saying that's real. I'm saying that's the mentality. Okay, I don't know if they did that. I've never been in the industry to witness it. I'm just saying that's where that dominant mentality comes in, and they treat it like animals. They don't treat it like it's the Catholic Church. They don't treat it that way. But they're against the Catholic Church, but they use the animal spirit to combat it. That's how they combat it, because they're still from Area 51. They have a different approach than someone who's under an Isaiah 51 mentality of oppression and feeling like a slave or something like that. So so they have to approach it differently when they're in the industry to do the burdens, because they don't have that same mindset. They're free, okay. So, but they do the burdens for the elf style martyrs, okay, at the wedding feast or bussing tables at the wedding feast to be revealed later on. um, if it is crazy like that, which from my writings we've shown that it is and will be. So the Esau, basically, whenever they came over and invaded America and went into the Russian covert system of controlling everything through their language, because they know how to talk and be very sneaky about it. But not really, just like they operate as normal people, but they're Russian, okay? And so then when they came over, they had to go through Japan. And Japan were either samurai or they were pirates. Okay, so that's where the Pirates of the Caribbean comes in, because they know that Johnny Depp and those characters represent the pirates of Japan, that were bone strength. Okay, and that's how they related to the Russians in that way from Esau. The fatness of the earth will be, where you dwell and stuff like that. But like the pirates were a little bit different than the samurai, because like they didn't a lot of them didn't care about the women, and the women were the princesses. The women were all the princesses, and that's where you get a lot of the Disney stuff is from them. And because of that, they had samurais that rose up that related to the animal spirits, but because of the burdens that were placed on Esau, that he didn't get his seal until later on, which in the spirit it'll feel like 2066, but it's actually before then. If everything can go okay like we want it to, or like how God maybe wants it to, because he sees that me and Bronson have done a lot of the Blade Runner stuff, and that Ryan, the Saving Private Ryan, all that a lot of it has, we've done it through a Ty Lee system, or Ty Lee, okay, through that system, and not just me, all the Watchmen as well, through the getting things done from 2001, even that was kind of like a surprise, like it got done from Obama, who did things with getting things. He stood up in Arabia. That's what it is. So the samurai were like samurai Samoa. You know what I'm saying? Like it was different. That's how they related to the women. Okay, so and when they came over, they looked at that as the Exodus from Egypt. They'll claim that it's the Exodus from Egypt when they came over, but it's Esau doing it, and the Red Sea was like from Japan to Alaska to to Canada to America, like they came over like that, and they had pirates that helped them get across. Okay, thank you. Have a good night, and um, yes, with Robert Shaw, it was a hot iron that he touches. Robert Shaw touches a hot iron, so he burns his hand and he gets stabbed in the stomach, and it was all because right then the lifeguard drops the anchor. You can't really see what he drops, but he drops the anchor, and he drops the cage that the guy is in, that they were all going to escape together, but then he dropped it. So and he turns his back to him, like it's very, like, very, very dark. It's very, very dark, man. But like the thing is that they wanted to keep her in the bed, and then they wanted Jesus, and they wanted to keep her in a they wanted to keep her in a mentality of, okay, betray the whoever will be the A, because they were looking ahead. They were like, if the A is not the A, then you have to betray him to match that it was getting out of the T, which we like. I understand that all of that happened, through Julian system, Big Daddy. And I can't even speak on such a thing because it's so close to my heart, okay? But the thing is that she does not have to betray who is the A now, which is me. But the A originally was my brother, but from Erlen Van Lichtenjude it changed. I'm just saying she does not have to do that for anything, and we have it covered. And I will see you at Dodge. Thank you, and have a good night.